I'm Robert.
I'm Daryl.
And we've seen Dogma. Today, we've seen Dogma, a movie directed and written by Kevin Smith. I still said it. And cast by the almighty, who just so happens to be, spoiler alert, Alanis Morissette. I like the writing. I like the story. The directing is Kevin Smith. Beth, our lead, collects a motley crew as she attempts to stop banished angels from proving the word of God wrong.
You know, it's true what Brad Pitt says about God being the archetypal parent, because in Kevin Smith's Dogma, God can't be wrong. And I'll tell you something else. I always knew JC called some kitty. He was too charismatic and chiseled and white to avoid it. So he has a descendant down in the Garden of Eden State, New Jersey. She's got to stop a renegade angel with an inexplicably Norse name and Ben Dunkin' Donuts Affleck from acting any longer. They plan on walking into a church, granting any mortal complete absolution, just to make God look like an asshole. But then, God is Uncle Joey's ex, and now they're the assholes. I wonder how many people got head during this movie. Jesus wept.
I don't think we saw the same movie. An abortion clinic worker with a special heritage is called upon to save the existence of humanity from being negated by two renegade angels. Yeah, remember that?
Renegade angels.
Trying
that too. Fuck.
Trying to exploit a loophole and re-enter heaven.
Right. Yeah, that was good. We were struggling to think about our fake intros because, a lot of shit is going on in this movie. It's pretty ambitious. Kevin Smith was pretty ambitious with that. But a big theme of this movie, and I think a reason I was telling him that I brought it up is because I grew up Catholic, so this movie at a young age was always on Comedy Central, and it was subverting obviously a lot of the stuff that I was learning. It was insane because it was so funny. You know, that's where I first met Dee and Silent Rob and those guys, and just Kevin Smith in general. I was like, this shit is, whatever this is lit. But I did grow up actually kind of Catholic, and at some point I was like thinking about like sinning and like actually what that meant, and like actually afraid of that. So the power of sins is very interesting, and I thought it would be fun to talk about sins. And you know, Sinners is out. You know, it's kind of a little bit of synergy there. Bars, let's go.
No, what's interesting that you're saying that is that I also grew up very Christian. Like I did the communion, I did the confirmation. Yeah. Like if I wanted to get married in a church, I could do that whole thing.
Right.
But when I first saw this movie, when I first was introduced to this movie, none of that really like touched me, or like I was just watching a silly movie, and all the themes and like I guess maybe I was too young, but all the biblical themes went through my head.
Gotcha.
I was just noticing basically, oh, that's Chris Rock. Oh, that's Snape.
Right.
Like
no, I loved it. I loved it because it was bad. Like it was like, you get what I'm saying? Like at the time, obviously, you know.
Well, the thing is, like, everybody else thought it was sinful, too, because at the time, like, when I was doing the research after watching the movie, I didn't realize that it was a boycotted film.
Yeah, people were not very happy about it, yeah.
It was boycotted so much that it was actually pushed back several times.
Yeah, the Catholic Church has a loud voice.
Yeah.
And when it comes to stuff like that, they're just not letting it rock. I mean, Buddy Christ is one of the funniest things in this movie, where they're just, a church, George Carlin's church, of course, a famous, you know, vocal anti-religion guy, is a really hilarious Jesus statue where he's just like kind of like Buddy Christ. It's so funny.
It is of his likeness, right? The Jesus?
Yeah.
Buddy Christ?
That depends on if you think Jesus was a white guy with brown hair. But
I'm saying of George Carlin.
You're saying it was in George Carlin's likeness?
Yeah, that
George
Buddy
Carlin
Christ
did look like that in the 70s, for what it's worth.
But
that's just coincidence, I think.
Thinking about it, I'm just like, wait, is it in likeness of George Carlin?
They were like, hey, can you just make this a 70s George Carlin, please?
Yeah, dude. Because honestly, it's one of the funniest. Like, it to me is the best joke in the film.
Yeah,
it's in the beginning. And it's obviously delivered by George Carlin. And it's the Buddy Christ thing.
It's the Buddy Christ thing. The monologue, the speech he gives.
It's so funny to me. Like, the idea of the Catholic Church understanding that they're... Did you get it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yes.
But go on.
But the Catholic Church understanding that, like, the public perspective on them isn't great.
Right.
And their go-to idea is to, like, rebrand.
Make them cool. Yeah, rebrand.
Like, that was, like, the best joke is in the beginning, in my opinion.
It was lit and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's right.
All right, sins. What do you think is the worst sin? Well, I guess we're ranking sins here. I don't really know what we're doing here.
Well, so I think they're listed already.
This is us debating the complex top rappers list or some shit. Do we think adultery is pretty bad, right? But they phrase it like your neighbors.
I think if we're gonna list them, let's look at them in the modern perspective.
Right.
Adultery is definitely number one. Not number one. It's
it wouldn't even be a sin.
It might not be.
It wouldn't make the list
because
murder classic. That's a classic. It probably should stay on the list.
It should stay on the list.
It should probably stay on the list.
Because society will crumble if everybody's down.
If the Catholic Church was like, hey, guess what? We amended the commandments or whatever the fuck.
If you can amend commandments, I love...
10 Amendments?
Yeah, dude.
The 10 Amendments.
Dude.
And then they're like, you know what? Actually, murder, we leave it up to you, bro.
Amending commandments.
Society would fall apart, actually.
Fun, yeah.
People would believe that and actually kind of take that. Murder's pretty bad. The R word is pretty bad, obviously. Although I don't know that that's a sin.
Well,
that's like the take the donkey one. Right?
As long as I guess as long as the woman isn't married, because the only thing is like.
Oh yeah, do they advocate? I think the Bible might advocate. Look at us, a couple of Catholic boys.
I haven't read it in a long time.
They advocate the R word, I think, and I don't mean retribution.
Advocating for that is insane.
Yeah, yeah, just like boys will be boys.
No, but that was really a thing until like the early 2000s. Like,
true. Also, I never knew what the sins fully were. It really took 7, which I'm happy to talk about 7 all day long.
I like that you went through the whole like workflow, the whole pipeline of Christianity.
Yeah.
But you really understood the 7 sins once you saw 7.
7 is it was really because you see them applied. Because you hear them, you're like, who the fuck would do that? And then you see 7, and you see. Yeah.
You find out who.
You find out just who. I think the sins, I think they got it right with the sins, all that gluttony, all that stuff. I mean, you just see these things, and this movie obviously is a comment on Catholicism, Yeah,
it's a comment on the structure of religion.
Of organized religion.
The infrastructure
and the hypocrisy
of it.
Because the whole thing is like, God is infallible, and that's what's going to undo the universe in this movie. Mm-hmm. So it's like, And I can relate to that, so I did enjoy that a lot for the movie, and
no, there's big themes. It's interesting when you have big themes said through like a comedic voice.
Totally, Dee and Silent Rob, my god.
Because through Jay, like literally they're prophets. Like they're like I don't know, messengers. I don't know. There's
Jesus wouldn't be above hanging out with them,
dude.
You know what they would do.
Jesus was God is a big fan of skee ball, which is crazy.
Makes sense. It's a fun game, very frustrating.
It's so funny how much Kevin Smith loves skee ball.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a real like boardwalk kind of dude.
He's a Jersey guy.
He's a Jersey guy.
Boy. He is a Jersey guy.
Speaking of,
which I love. I was born in Jersey, so
facts. Yeah, enough about Jersey.
You know what's? No, we're more about Jersey.
I'm kidding. Go on.
What I just saw Story Wars, and Jim Norton was just recently on Story Wars.
He was so funny on there.
And that
was a good ep.
And he mentioned getting a prostitute in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Yep.
And guess where your boy was born?
Yep.
Plainfield, New Jersey.
Yep. Imagine I really guessed.
You're like, wait.
I'm like, wait a minute. I thought it was...
You didn't let me guess.
Right. No, Loki and Bartleby, the Angels. I was watching and I was like, this shit is so funny. And this kind of thing will happen when you're watching a movie or like reading a book. You like start to like make, you start to like, oh, this is like this homie or this is that homie. And it was really funny to look at me and the homie in the context of Loki and Bartleby, who are Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in this movie. And obviously I'm not raising us up to the level of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. We're obviously much better, but I mean...
definitely not Matt Damon.
Yeah, right. No, for real. And we'll get into that. Which of the 2 angels? I thought it was pretty obvious, but which of the 2 angels do you relate with the most? And why?
To be honest, I don't relate with any of them the most. But to be honest, I did like Loki better because he was having he was making a good time out of his banishment.
Absolutely.
He was just like...
So what are we going to do?
Yeah. He was living life in his own shoes.
Right.
Like, this was the bed that he made, and he realized that. And he didn't really have any grand ideas and it was
yeah.
Bartleby who was really like festering on
Right.
like wanting to be seen and like wanting to be loved. And I feel like
I didn't think about it in that context when I made the connection, because now I'm like, oh, no, it wouldn't be that way. But just in the way they talk and interact, it reminded me of like I was like you'd be the Ben Affleck dude, and I was the Matt Damon dude. But when you actually put it that way, it wouldn't work that way.
yeah, maybe it really depends like on
the situation, right?
Yeah, on the situation.
And that's like the situation. It's like we might destroy the whole universe over this shit.
No, yeah, it very like Ben Affleck was very driven, like closed-minded in like his approach to things.
Yeah, small-minded, narrow-minded. Yeah,
I relate to him in the fact that he had a goal and he was gonna fucking hit that goal.
That's the one thing I relate to. Not necessarily the goal part, because to me it's not as much ambition, but I've been that angry where I'm like willing to like destroy the universe, you know? Before you're able to...
Like, it became like a conquest.
Exactly. Before you're able to stop it, and I don't usually have a person like the Matt Damon dude to like stop you from getting to that point. He didn't listen anyway. He was still...
He killed him.
He actually took his life. Spoiler alert. I love saying... We're going to keep saying spoiler alert as if you could possibly watch this and not have...
It is a pre-spoil.
Yeah. What's your favorite religion? I hit you with the... Why are you gay?
My favorite religion.
You know, because I'll say it this way. I consider myself agnostic, atheist-ish, okay? You know, we won't get into it right now, but suffice to say I'm not a Catholic, right? But I still study and very much enjoy religions. Like getting into, just studying them from the point of like, this is what people cared about at the time. This is what people were thinking about. This is what people needed at the time. So I love a lot of different cultures, religions. It really, you glean a lot from it. I think you have some like stuff like that. I'm sure that you like, just or even like a myth, you know, like
I just like the idea of questioning and thinking about a being that created the existence, and I think that's like the fun part. Yeah, I'm not necessarily married to any one religion. I just like the idea of a higher being that either looks out or don't looks out, or just like we're like a side effect or consequence, which is really why I gravitate to like myths, like Nordic myths. Yeah, I gravitate to Greek mythology, like those type of things, because it's just stories of humans interacting 100%. With like these
immediately relatable
other like worldly like things, and you're like, are they gonna win? And sometimes, and the thing about like those type of mythologies, especially back in the day, a lot of them were tragic. Sometimes the hero didn't win, right? And that was even more interesting,
right.
Or the hero was morally gray, and that's even like more realistic. Relatable. So
I'm with you. I will get into it at some other point. I'm a big fan of like ceremonial magic, and all of that stuff really delves into a multi-god system, you know.
You pagan.
Yeah. I'm definitely very pagan leaning, I would say, but that's exactly what you're describing. There's like a person or a god or a deity for every situation or
very native
or type of person, and exactly. And it's just like the ideal person. Like I relate it all the time to like comic books. I'm a big comic book dude. So is Kevin Smith. And that's you're like a person you can aspire to and look up to, like a fucking Captain America or some crazy shit. As silly as it is, a lot of people need that or really appreciate having that. You know, the idea that somebody before me made it.
You know, I'm just realizing off of this conversation is that like Christianity really wiped out the pagans twice
on purpose.
Like like in the new world, in the old world, and then in the new world. Yeah, they wiped out the whole like everything is an entity and we have to respect and worship everything. Yeah. They destroyed that completely, and they were like one God.
I will say.
I mean, it's not completely abolished where like we don't even remember those things existing.
Here's what I'll say:
truly, like,
magic, truly in the sense of real magic and affecting change, using magic is now more prevalent and influential to this world than Catholicism. We got a fucking American Pope. So I think finally the tides are turning. Wow, I'm turning this into a fucking pagan podcast. No, I'm a big Hindu dude. Like I would love to truly be a Hindu, but it really is an Indian. It's an Indian hilarious. It's an Indian religion truly, where in the sense that it's so culturally relative to the country and the people.
Yeah, it's really,
you know what I mean?
Them, yeah.
That I admire the the lore and the actual text themselves and the deities. I'm a big Shiva dude. Love a good Krishna. You know.
I also like Final Fantasy.
Because I appreciate and also it's a very old religion. You love seeing the archetypes like Shiva and then Dionysus in Greek mythology and then Jesus. Seeing these things play out is really fun. It's also why Dogma works as why would it be Catholicism? Why would it be this way when it's all of these things, you know? Serendipity is not even a Catholic character, you know?
Yeah, this is another thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That we were going to talk about.
I'm a big Dionysus person. I'll get into that some other time because I could talk about Dionysus for a long time.
Like a lot of he did a bunch of research into Christianity, but then like the name choices and just like the mix, like Muses is to me it's very Greek.
Yeah, it's Greek. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely probably a comparison between a muse.
Yeah.
I just don't know it.
I think he did it elegantly, but we did question the Loki and Azrael thing. Yeah.
Please.
So as per your expert research, you found out that actually Jason Lee was supposed to play Loki's character.
Yeah.
But he ended up playing Azrael, who's a demon, right?
And they said it was because of Mumford
And Sons.
And Sons.
No, I don't actually know.
They said it's because Jason Lee was like working on something else.
Oh,
so the scheduling didn't work well.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, no doubt.
And I think they also did a chemistry read with Ben Affleck with both of them, and obviously Matt Damon had better chemistry.
There's no way they would mesh the two of them. Now that I think about it, but Loki ends up being an angel. He's described as the angel of death. We don't want to harp too much.
They literally have a line where he said goodbye to the role. He was like, "I'm not going to be the angel of death." And by Bartleby's suggestion, by the way, so he was just listening to Homie the whole time,
right? But Loki, who's a Norse, obviously the god of mischief, Thor's half brother. I mean, go watch a Marvel movie for Christ's sake. They call him Azrael is actually the angel of death.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, did he just change characters and also he took the name with it? He just gave it to the Seemed that way.
He changed characters and didn't change names, or did change?
Because Loki's as a name would have described Jason Lee's character in the movie better, the demon.
Way better.
Yeah. Just he's I guess mischievous. I mean, in general, he's just
and that's how demons are described.
Yeah. He fits a more Loki type. Yeah, it's a very strange thing. Yeah,
especially when you're gonna add the detail, because that line didn't need to be in the movie, because it was literally just like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's character walking, I think, through the airport, and they mentioned it. Right. It didn't. They could have not had that line. They could have said anything else. Agreed. But they decided to mention it. But then, why? I feel like they definitely should have switched names. Like, Matt Damon's character should have been called Azrael, especially if you're going to throw in that detail, a backstory for him.
Exactly, yeah. No, it fits. There had to have been a decision. Like, I wish we could ask the homie what exactly he was saying.
Especially because, like, you're fully aware he did so much research for this movie. And one of the things that we had to talk about was he was writing... His pen game was on a different level for this movie. Because the cast was so stacked.
Facts.
He was, I guess, what was this, off of Clerks? What movie was this off of that the studio was just like, here,
Chasing Amy.
We're leaking into part 2 here, so I don't know if you want to.
Actually, why don't we wrap this up? We're both gonna take dueling shits. He has 2 toilets. It's pretty awesome. On the apartment in Brooklyn like that.
They're next to each other.
We'll be right with you. We'll be right back with you. All right, G, damn it. You know, it's funny. You rearrange the letters of Dogma. You can get a goddamn out of that. Goddamn.
Excellent. When I first saw Dogma, this was years ago. This was like maybe Comedy Central. I feel like I was watching everything on Spike TV,
right?
More than Comedy Central,
right?
But they were related back in the day.
Yeah, they felt they were definitely appealing to an
audience at the same time, right?
Young males.
Like the man show, I think, was on both.
Absolutely.
I think
incredible.
I think Mind the Mencia was probably on both.
R.I.P. to him.
Or they like went over. It was just like, you know, like how Toonami did things,
like
when an anime like was finished, all of a sudden Toonami adopted it.
Right,
it's
just
like now we're gonna like
we have a home here at Toonami.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of like that. I think Spike TV was like that. How do you rank the Kevin Smith films? Because I feel like I saw a lot of them through Comedy Central and Spike TV and cable.
I definitely saw Dogma on TV. Maybe I rented it at the video store, but probably Comedy Central. That movie introduced me to Kevin Smith. I mean, I saw it around the time it came out, or whenever it would have been syndicated on Comedy Central.
So before Dee and Silent Rob, this is what you...
Definitely. This was my introduction to that. And then it made me want to go rent those movies, all the other ones. I got interested, I got to be honest with you, he helped me get interested in film. Because he's always been like a film nerd first. He's a director for film nerds and other kind of nerds. And I really appreciate that enthusiasm he brought to it. So I loved all his shit.
Which he still has, which is...
100%. And mind you, we talk shit, or I'll take credit. I'll talk a lot of shit sometimes about it, but thank goodness for him, or thank God for him, because he puts on, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, for sure.
Ranked him. Okay, so obviously then I ended up seeing all his shit, and Clerks is really up there, man. Clerks is really up there. That's still, to me, his top one. I would probably throw Chasing Amy as 2. 3, I'm going to go Dee and Silent Rob because it's just straight fanfare. A fan doing a movie for fans. It's great. And you might agree, we talked about this in the movie. Dee and Silent Rob stole that movie. You know, and I know Kevin Smith was talking about that recently too. It's really true. They're so funny. They're so relatable. You know?
No, they have great like one-liners. They steal the show. My laptop died.
Dogma is probably after Dee and Silent Rob. It's probably like a 4. My 4th.
I think Dogma for me was the first one that I encountered. And then from there, I got obsessed with Chasing Amy. This was like 2000, maybe like 12, 14, where like around that time, where that was like the movie for me. And I think that's the number one movie for me when it comes to Kevin Smith. That movie in particular.
A lot of people agree with that, yeah.
Like, he crushed it. And then I think after that is probably Clerks. It's just a classic. It's a fun movie.
So fun. Berserker.
It's good. And he was, like, hungry. And, like, you saw it in, like, the film.
It wasn't desperate, though. It was just cool. It was cool.
No, he was telling...
It was
like,
chill.
It was telling his story. Like, it was cool. It felt authentic, and it was.
Not even supposed to be here today.
Not even supposed to be here today. And then I think it's Mallrats, which is just like a fun, like...
Also fun.
Like, that was just, like, fun. And I like what's his face was like the main character.
Jason Lee? Oh, yeah. And I forget the actor's name who plays the actual protagonist. R.I.P. Shannon Doherty. She's in that movie, too. She just passed. He did the one hand. No, you got to do the sign of the cross for the homie.
No, I got to just do, like, ninja signs.
Yeah, that's exactly what you just started to do right there. You reverted to Naruto. Shouts out to Clerks 2, by the way. That shit came out. Sequels don't usually tend to... And I hope this is not me thinking with old eyes. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't seen it, so I don't even want to comment.
So maybe we'll... Look, that's very funny.
I'm just like...
We'll do a dive. And we'll report back.
You know what we can do? We could do a 1, 2, 3, and we could do a long episode on all of them.
That's
go
true.
through it. I'm trying to think of other Kevin Smith movies that I'm.
That's what I was gonna say. Jersey Girl. Have you ever seen Jersey Girl?
I saw it, but I don't remember it.
Another TV all the time. Honestly, one of his worst movies. But at the time, I must have seen that movie a million times, just because it was always on TV.
What's Jersey Girl about?
Ben Affleck divorces his wife, who's actually J-Lo in the movie.
Wait, it's the woman's insane in this.
I don't think she's crazy. No, you're thinking about
What am I thinking about?
That's like a thriller. That
What am I thinking about?
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
That's a wild movie.
Gone Girl is really good.
Gone Girl goes hard. Gone Girl goes hard.
Gone Girl is really good.
That was a tough one to say.
He finally figured out acting.
Let's get into that. Let's just get right into that.
In Gone Girl, he figured out acting.
Tell me what you noticed about this movie with your expert eagle vision that I agreed with wholeheartedly.
No, you don't need to have ever seen a movie before.
You could be a virgin to movies.
This could be your first movie.
This is film school shit. They show this.
You can be like, there's levels to this.
Yeah. This is the absolute bottom.
If you want to introduce your kid to being like, oh, you think you're good? You'll meet somebody who's better.
Right.
Like, this is what it is.
Right.
Because honestly, and you can notice as the movie goes on just how how many leagues Matt Damon is
Facts.
above Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Where like we were just watching clips and I was noticing how Ben Affleck was just reading lines and Matt Damon became somebody. He became Loki.
Yeah.
Right. It was crazy.
By the way, shout out that we remember that he's Loki in the Marvel universe too.
Like
hard.
Who directed
Range.
that? Because like that's
hard. Not
whoever
Kevin Smith
was
because he
just
would have
like-
wanted to. Trust me.
that was right there.
Totally agree. It is actually really funny. The specific thing you said was Ben Affleck's face acting.
His face acting.
I mean, this is a master class. Like, you really should show this in school. This is what you don't do, almost, right? Like,
His face acting.
not that I'm fucking qualified to say it, but I'm just saying.
It wasn't the line delivery. Like if you closed your eyes,
Right.
and these lines were delivered,
It might be okay. It's the way his face morphs to say, yeah, no, I couldn't stop seeing it once you mentioned it. It's true.
this cliche shot at this point where he's laughing menacingly.
Yeah.
I think it's
He
spinning.
gets his wings
It's
perfectly
doing that.
shot off with a machine gun.
Shouts out Jay with the precision.
Yeah,
Didn't
he was
even
trying to
mean
do
to
that.
do it.
He was trying to do some Looney Tune shit, like line them up, you
Well,
know?
he figured it out.
Yeah, he lined them up. Yeah, so we were just like, yeah, dude, like Matt, like just thinking about Matt Damon's acting catalog, his filmography, his choices and performances versus Ben Affleck is pretty fucking insane.
No, yeah.
Pretty fucking insane.
No, and because what's more insane is that I didn't think of Ben Affleck as like a bad actor, and I still don't think of him as a bad actor.
Interesting.
Like before we ended up seeing this, and I was just like, whoa, this is like,
Yeah, what's going on here? Where's Ben?
I was just like, wait, what's happening? Like it didn't, because I like him in Batman. I like him in The Accountant.
Oh, that movie.
I like him.
And it's fresh off the heels of Armageddon, where he did, I'm sure, a great job there. I don't know. I've never seen it. Fuck Michael Bay.
A lot of explosions.
I my relationship with Ben Affleck is we're lovers. No. I used to not fuck with him. Like I never saw him as a good actor. I always
Was it because of J-Lo?
Nah, not even. Actually, that was obviously, I give him a lot of props for that. Shouts to the homie.
You know, that.
No, because movies like Armageddon and even Dogma, which I had seen, I'm like, this guy's not really. He's like a hack or something, especially relative to Matt Damon. But and I'm gonna be honest, and I said when we were watching, he stepped his shit up over time.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Like, the roles got maybe better too, but he always had good roles. He just never acted his ass off. He got to that place eventually. He became a great and is still director. Shouts to him for that. I really do enjoy his movies. So yeah, so he kind of stepped it up. But it is funny to fucking see the early.
No, it's funny.
Well,
especially to see that like Matt Damon was already there.
Yeah.
Like he was already at a level where he was definitely one of those people. Like you see a lot of interviews where actors are talking about like somebody morphs into somebody else.
Yeah.
That was Matt Damon in 1999 was already morphing into the character, and it was like this is a comedic role. He also didn't have that many lines.
It's light, it gets a little dark, but he's a little funnier.
People.
Yeah, he definitely is funny as hell.
He's
funny as hell.
I mean, between the two angels, he's definitely the comedic.
Yeah, that's true. Bartleby dry as hell.
He's so sad.
Yeah, he's very sad. Yeah,
he's just upset, and he's been upset for a long time.
I will say, I mean, this is the mark of them being friends for like their entire lives, but their interplay in those scenes, like when they go to this corporate, basically McDonald's boardroom, and they just reveal everybody's sins. They shit on everybody. They spill everybody's tea, and their interplay with each other is a lot of fun. Like that scene is fun because the two of them kill it. You know?
Yeah, they definitely work well together.
But we heard that Smith was trying to do a Dogma 2, and it would have been about Islam. That's a touchy one. As I was thinking about this movie, like what other cultures could you kind of dig into, or religions that you can do that with, and it's really tough, especially with Islam and Judaism at the moment, to do that with those two.
The thing is, when it comes to like you doing entertainment based on a religion, you have to follow the God of War route. You need to go Greek mythology.
I agree.
It's the one that, for whatever, not even the Greeks care.
Right.
Nobody believes that stuff no more.
Yep. Well, I mean, I do, but I get your point. Yeah. Well, it's not like an established like moral code, or sort of like you're not offending anybody necessarily by doing like an interpretation of Homer's, you know what I'm saying, Homer's Odyssey or something like that, and using the gods in that. But if you do something about Islam, there is a sensitivity to that. So you know what I mean? Like, but it's pre 9/11, and he was trying to do the second movie probably around the time of 9/11,
and it cut.
Yeah, you know, Forrest Gump was also the second. There was a sequel planned, and it did include hijackers or something like that in the. I think it was written before 9/11 too. I don't think it was like in response to 9/11.
Oh, but they wrote snakes on a plane.
LOL.
They could do that.
Snakes on a plane. No, I agree. Something where there's many gods. That's why I was thinking Hindu too. Yeah. Where because.
But I also feel like Hindu, like I feel like there's still a large population of people who believe, like who truly believe.
No, I agree, but.
And also, it's so funny how like America works, because there'll be people who just have these like Hindu statues, these like Buddhist statues.
Shiva, oh, you got a Ganesh, yeah,
but not truly understand fully like the culture,
right?
Or not like it's not like a religious article,
right? Well, that's what we're saying. It's like there's no Islam and speaking from Catholicism is very grim and kind of cut and dry about morality.
Oh yeah,
and that's kind of it. Moral code, you know.
Yeah, there's a right and a wrong.
Correct,
and
right.
There's literally rules. There's it's set commandments.
But the thing is with Dogma is that it's making a little bit of a subversive statement about Catholicism, right? So if you kind of shitting on it a little bit. So if you're picking another religion or sort of like a mythology to deal with, you have to sort of take that into account. Like, are we, you know, would it be more respectful to it, or would it be more shitting on it?
The thing is, like any little movement, like the fact that like Alanis Morissette is represented as God could be seen as bad to some people. How dare you represent this God as female or something like that?
And silly.
Where it's just
kind of silly too. Yeah, no, but that's exactly it. The way Catholicism reacted to this movie, imagine Islam or imagine Judaism. It would be absolutely insane. And I'm sure if they did something with Hindu, it would get backlash too. But it could be. Oh, I was just seeing I don't know if you saw Danny Boyle, who did 20 Days Later and Slumdog Millionaire. He was saying that like you wouldn't be able to do Slumdog Millionaire now because he's a British director.
Wow.
You know, and and I'm like, damn, you know. And I was just talking about how much I love that movie, but that's a you know, that's an important consideration now, whether you like it or not. I think it makes sense, you know.
No, for sure.
I think it makes sense.
Who would be a good cast for the main character of this film?
Yeah, because they landed on an interesting one, and it was. I think her performance is great. I love her in this movie. She's I think one of the best things about this movie.
No, yes, for sure.
You know what I mean?
She's good at handling.
She's probably the best actress in most of the scenes. You know, except for Alan Rickman because he shouts to Alan Rickman. Quick shout out before I forget to
incredible
the sweater blazer combo that they were pushing heavy. Kevin Smith might have invented the blazer over the hoodie. And by the way, horrible look.
Fat guy move. It's a fat guy move.
But
it looked very anime character on Alan Rickman.
But that's what I'm saying. It did. But the fact that look has
like I can see that aesthetic pulling up just on the side of your screen with some text and then moving out. Just
slump shoulders.
Greasy.
Alan Rickman had the anime hair for show. Why they gave him a? He was low key looking like Sandman, looking like Morpheus.
No, he was anime. The whole thing was very anime.
He was getting lit too.
You could tell that Kevin Smith likes comic books.
Azrael, by the way, I was saying, and this might just be my nerddom, but I know Kevin Smith loves Batman. Azrael is a big Batman character. Excuse me.
We need a new Jay and Silent Bob.
That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. Bobby and Santino.
Oh my god, Bobby Lee.
Something like that
would be a great Silent Bob because he's such a physical actor.
And like, Santino just talking the whole time.
Oh my god, a Bad Friends version of Jay and Silent Bob is what I need.
That's just a curveball because there's probably other ones that I'm not thinking of. Okay. This is a little crazy.
Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Could play a good Jay, I think.
I'm thinking Gillian Wallow.
Who the hell is Gillian?
No, Rob, you can't do me like this. Gilly the Kid, the rapper. Bald black gentleman. Wallow, also bald black gentleman. They have $1 million worth of game podcasts. You've never heard of any of this? I'm gonna get your boy right. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be a big picture of Wallow choking him out right here. Tap his butt. Okay, let's
go with the ratings.
Let's rate this motherfucker.
All right, for me, the movie. I'm trying not to base things off of nostalgia. All right, it's hard to do that because a lot of these movies that we're watching, some of them have been first watches, but others have been rewatches.
Yeah.
But I have a horrible memory. I think my friend here can attest to that.
Yeah. And I talked a lot of shit. Now I got it too.
And a lot of these movies that I watched were on cable, so it was like you get bits and pieces. You never saw things from front to the end. So now that I'm watching them with like an actual like sitting down and rating multiple things and having to think about them in a continuum of movies, this is getting a 5 out of 10 for me. All right, with 50-50, but a strong 5. A strong 5. 5 out of 10 isn't bad to me. Mediocre.
I agree.
So I want the audience to understand this. 5, middle of the road.
Don't come at us.
Right?
Godfather
it's literally
podcast.
neutral. You ever do those work surveys where they're like most liked, do you like,
it's this face.
Are you neutral, are you that? I'm in the middle.
That face.
You could watch this movie. It's silly. It's campy. If you like that, you'll love this.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Ditto exactly everything he just said. I'm giving it 675 snooches out of 100 booches. No, I think I mean 1,000, don't I? I do mean 1,000. I mean 1,000 booches. Okay. Look, what are we, fucking mathematicians here? We're talking about film.
Okay. Today, I'm going to plug Frygate. It is an online application that anybody, most likely if you had a business, to use it and present it as your own banking application to any clients that you may have. Go to the link that should be at the bottom, should be at the top, maybe in the description. Go find it.
True.
Frygate.
True. I'm plugging Mike's Royal Diner on Bay Ridge, maybe 75th or some shit like that, in 5th Avenue. Very good stuff. They're open very early. They got great French toast.
What have you had from there recently?
I had French toast this morning. 3 eggs, bacon, cheese Danish was pretty good. Toast.
Nice.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, y'all.
I've seen footage.
Peace out.